Yeah. Our man one take Zay mentioned 24 teams. What is your for or rebuttal against 24 teams?
Yeah, I just don't think like it sounds good on paper, but I don't think there's 24 teams who can win a championship. I think you're watering down the field if you go that big. It sounds exciting, but I don't think there's 24 teams worth a shot at being crowned a champion. I just think we're over saturating the field if we go that big.
All right, 100%. 100% agree with that. I just I don't see the need for 24. 16, if you want to go 16, 16, to me 16 is the perfect number, but I don't think going over 16 is worth it. Like you said, that 24 ranked team, what real odds do they have to win it all?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 2024 through probably 19 or 18, they're going to pretty much have 100% chance of being O and whatever for all the years, because if they're playing the top teams, uh, you're not getting a 20th ranked team beating a fourth ranked team. We don't see that often at all, unless it's Ohio State, Michigan.
Well, and even then, you would be taking the higher seed, would be playing at home. So the 24th seed or whatever would be even at a worse disadvantage.
Agreed.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback, man, because I feel like if it did go to 24, of course that it might make it a little bit watered down. But when we think about some of the teams that were back there with your USC's, your Iowas, your Michigans, teams that was like 18 to 20 something, I think they would have made for some good contests, man. I think that we will get to see games if we went to 24 that we don't ordinarily get to see on the schedule during regular season. So I would be all for that. The only reason why I wouldn't want 24 teams is because now you got to have a bye, and I don't want any buys. And I think that if we went to that, we would have to move the clock up, the schedule up, the calendar up, so that all of these games can be played. But I really would not mind 24 teams. I just wish that there was a way to have a number of teams beyond 16 that don't require for you to have a bye, and that would mean it would have to go all the way to 32, which I really feel like is way too much. Um, but 24 would be cool with me, but you got to have buys. But I would like to see some of those matchups in those games. Of course, that would probably blow up bowl season in some way, maybe. I'm not sure. Uh, but I would like to see it happen. Maybe they need to do that at the group of five level as a test run with them, because I definitely believe the group of five team should not be in the college football playoffs unless they are ranked in that top 12, where if you're going to have 12 teams, it should be the top 12 ranked teams in the country, not giving any favoritism to somebody who won their group of five conference and they're the highest ranked group of five team. I don't think that should be allowed. I think they need to scrap that.
Hey, I thought you was gonna say not giving favoritism to the SEC and putting 15 SEC teams in that top in that 24 team playoff. I thought that's what you were about to say, but I'm agree with you on another point too, Rob, where as we saw some of those bowl games, you take a USC could have went in there and popped somebody in that first round. So I agree with you right there. And if you go all the way down to Notre Dame, let's say we have Notre Dame who might have had slipped all the way down. As we see, they didn't get in. They might have been down to 20. Notre Dame could have came in and popped somebody. So, yeah, those lower teams. I think we actually had quite a few teams. We definitely could have did at least 20 last year. Definitely could have did at least 20 last year and had some good games in there. You could have threw a Vandy in there. Could have threw a Michigan in there, a Illinois, a Texas, Notre Dame. So yeah, we could have easily got the 20 last year. And yeah.
I'm just looking at. I'm just going to throw this out. Just bear with me for a minute because I've got the AP rankings up, the end ones. Now the AP, think of them what you will, but that's all we got to go with right now. So let's say we went to 16 last year, or this year coming up, and let's just take these rankings. You have your 16 seed is Virginia. They get Indiana. And then you go all the way up the list. You get, let me see. So you get like Texas A&M, Alabama in the first round, Texas Tech, Notre Dame in the first round at Texas Tech, Georgia, BYU, all the way through. Now, if you go out to 24, the top 8 seeds would get a bye, which would be cut off at A&M, would be the last seed with a bye. So then you get something like North Texas at Alabama, Navy at Notre Dame. That's what I'm saying. Those 23, 24, 22, they're just not going to. The one team that probably could have done some damage would have been a number 20 USC, and I think they would have got OU, and Michigan would have got Texas. But the rest of those games are just going to be blowouts. Notre Dame, we already saw what they did to Navy.
Look, fellas, I get y'all points, and I do agree with y'all. If we know like a team like USC or Michigan would be competitive in an expanded field, but that's not the point. The point is, are they deserving to compete for a national championship? There are teams ranked 23, 24, 25 that would give us great matchups in these playoffs. I agree with that 100%. But are they deserving? I don't think we can get to a point where we giving 24 teams a chance to compete for the ultimate goal in college football, which is a championship. We got to keep this pure and special. It's special to make a college football championship. You know why you don't want the same? When you went to high school, you didn't want the same shirt. You didn't want to wear the same shirt as everybody else because it lose value. You don't stand out anymore. You don't want a woman with 84 bodies because it's not special anymore. We got to keep the college football playoffs special. And how do we do that? Limiting access, giving the teams that really deserve a shot to fight for a title a chance to play in the field.